Hello guys, we're loving making these video podcasts for you, but we need your help. Head down to the description, smash that big red button. No, not that one. Hit the big subscribe button, like the video and turn on notifications to keep these videos coming in. Hope you enjoy this week's episode.
Well, hello everybody. Welcome to the Low Expectations podcast. We're back. It's episode 14, which is so weird. No one thought we'd get to it, but this is actually the last episode of the season. We're going on a little break, and then we'll be back soon. But unfortunately, Joel has left me alone this week, and I've been forced to call in the only replacement I could find, Mr. Archie Henderson.
Hello, everyone.
Who, before there's comments, actually lives with me.
We live together.
We don't have to be 2 meters apart. I'm not actually. I'd rather be 2 meters apart. But hello, Archie.
Hey, how you doing?
I'm good. How are you?
I'm doing great.
I've dragged you out of work.
Dragged me out of work
to do a podcast.
This is my lunch break, Angus. It better be good.
Wow. Well, most people don't know you, so. Sorry, that was actually quite harsh, but
Okay.
but some people don't know you, so I'm going to give you 30 seconds to describe yourself, introduce yourself to us, tell us why you're here, why you deserve to be the X Factor.
I don't need 30 seconds.
Okay,
it's too long.
Well, okay, 15 seconds to describe yourself. 3, 2, 1, go.
My name's Archie. I now live in Brighton. Seagulls. I work at St. Peter's Church doing comms and marketing, all of that fun stuff. 3
seconds.
That's pretty much it.
Great.
There's not much to me.
He's incredibly boring. Yeah. But do you know who isn't incredibly boring?
Oh, yeah.
Our guest for today. And I'm incredibly good at segues by now.
That was good, yeah.
That was really good. Anyway, we are joined today by the wonderful Lydia McAllister, Lydia Evangeline.
Woo-hoo.
Hello!
Hi!
How are you?
Yes.
Thanks for having me.
It's so good to see you. No, don't say thank you. We wanted you on for it. Well, me and Joel have wanted you on for ages.
And such a pleasure to be here.
I'm going to put you on the spot as well, Lydia.
Oh, no.
And I'm going to give you 30 seconds to describe yourself, okay? You ready?
No.
It's horrible, isn't it? I'm like, my name's Lydia.
Describe myself or like tell my life story.
Literally, if someone was to write a biography about you in 30 seconds, from birth to now, 3, 2, 1, go.
Okay, I was born in Watford, home of Elton John. Stayed there till I was 12, moved to a tiny town called Tring that no one can pronounce. And on the train, they always go Tring. And then moved to Brighton when I was 18, studied music at BIM, loved Brighton, got stuck in at a church here.
10 seconds.
Stuck in life here, stuck around because I love Brighton. I do music and I drink coffee a lot. That's me.
Oh, 28 seconds.
That was so much better than mine.
That was so much better than yours.
You have such a good life, Lydia.
Can you be the co-host?
I just went through my history, my moving history.
I should have done that.
I've lived at this road and this road.
I should have done that. That would have been so much more interesting. Oh, well.
It really wouldn't. Wow. It's so great that you're here. It's so good to have you here. We are just going to give you some quick fire questions because that was stressful enough, but this is going to be even more stressful.
Yeah.
The first thing that comes to your mind when I ask you these questions, okay?
Okay.
Are you ready? Lydia Evangeline McAllister, here we go.
Go for it.
What's your favourite colour?
Blue.
What's your favourite album?
Shallow Bed by Dry the River.
Oh, wow. Celebrity crush?
Ryan Gosling.
Of course. What noise do pigs make? What noise? What noise does a platypus make? What's your go-to Mackey's order?
McChicken sandwich, fries, Coke Zero.
Yes, that's mine. Big up.
Boom.
Big up this McChickens.
Finish off with a McFluzz.
Medium or large?
Depends on the day.
Okay, right. Okay. Indian or Chinese?
Indian.
Nice. Nice.
And then grab one thing near you, beginning with Q.
Q.
This is the hour.
Q. A
Spotify Q.
You can't give her hints. This
I
isn't
don't
the
think
game.
I have anything that begins
Oh, okay. Grab one thing near you beginning with F.
I was about to pick up my phone. How bad is that? This makes me look really hipster, but I've got a Fujifilm wrapper thing.
Okay.
That's very good.
Thank
Well
you.
done.
Nice.
Do you know what? I think that was the best anyone's ever coped with like any of the quickfire
You're
stuff.
so
Thank
calm.
you.
Seriously,
so-
I think that's the most, like everyone else is like, I don't know. Like,
Oh, I felt like that's what I was doing.
no.
I'm
Honestly,
like
that was amazing.
I'm like a swan where they swim along and then underneath they're like, "Ah!"
I also love how you knew your favorite album like that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah.
That's good.
That was impressive.
I'd be
Thank
like, oh, there's too many.
Yeah, I don't think I would manage that. Well, we've learnt so much about you. How's lockdown been? Because obviously we've all gone through lockdown. How have you
Yeah.
been
Yeah.
in the past few months?
Whew. It's been up and down, as I'm sure it's been for everyone. I spent the first 3 months of lockdown in Norfolk with my whole family. So my mum, my dad, two of my 3 sisters, their husbands, and all their kids. So I think there was 11 of us in one household.
Wow.
So
Insane.
it's like a good sized house, but not enough to sleep 11. So had babies
Okay.
out in the hallways in cots, and my sister and brother-in-law were out on the landing in a bed.
Oh, wow.
So it was full on. It took us about a
Yeah.
week to get used to, but then once we'd got into the swing of things, I loved it. I really loved it.
Yeah.
It was such a good, I felt, it sounds a bit pretentious, but I did feel like I was in quite a creative space.
Nice.
Amazing.
Season.
Yeah,
great,
definitely
yeah.
a creative season. And then I hope my sisters don't watch this, but I think half of that was because I was avoiding being extra childcare. So I'd be like, "Oh, sorry guys, need to go to my room and write," and then hide.
Need to create.
Yeah, hide away so that I didn't have to help.
That's amazing.
But it ended up
Nice.
being really productive. So it's been good. It's been really restful, really productive. I'd say maybe the last 2 or 3 weeks, I've started to just be a bit over it.
Right, yeah.
Just because it's in this weird new stage, isn't it? Where
Yeah.
some people's lives are almost back to normal. Some people's lives are really not, especially in music stuff. You're just so aware that it could be years.
Yeah.
or months.
Oh, no,
or
it's really
months.
difficult. Yeah.
No idea. So it's a bit
Yeah.
weird just being how long am I living like this?
Yeah. Yeah.
But I feel
It's getting so tired of it now. And
Yeah, I am getting-
ready to get out of it.
yeah. I think also though I am staying really grateful that I'm probably in such a fortunate position compared to so many people. I'm I'm doing fine.
Yeah.
I'm good.
Great.
How have you guys found
That's
it?
amazing. Well,
You go first.
I've been pretty. I don't know. It's been up and down. I was back home with my parents for the majority of it, so I've only just come back to Brighton. So I don't know. It's been a bit more difficult in the past couple of weeks because it's things are opening up, but things aren't.
Yeah.
And so it's you're not really sure where we're at. Bit limbo, but we're getting there.
Dyed
Getting
your
there.
hair?
I've dyed my hair.
Very cool.
Yeah.
It's
That's
growing
happened.
out. It's growing out though. So I don't know. I'm going for a haircut this week, and then it'll be gone on
Round
the
the back
sides.
just looks like an old Labrador. It's the brown hairs are starting to come through, and it's
I don't know. I don't really look at the back
The
of my
top
head
looks
that much.
great,
You know,
though.
the only time anybody ever looks at the back of their head is the end of a haircut. And it's
That's
just
true,
and it's just
yeah.
That is true.
Is that all right? And you're like,
Yeah.
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 kind of do that weird mirror thing. You're
Nobody's ever gone, oh my God, I love it.
Yeah. I can't believe what you've done. It's amazing.
Screw it.
back.
I'm walking backwards from now on.
I don't know if it's the same.
about you?
I don't know if it's the same with guys, but I think with girls often with haircuts, it's not what you wanted. So when they say, "How is it?" you just have
Oh, wow.
one silent
Yeah.
tear roll down your cheek, and you're like, "I love it," and then you go home.
You took off way too much.
Sorry.
Oh,
Yeah, Archie, how's your lockdown?
Oh yeah, it's been I think up and down. I think at first I hated the expectation to do stuff with the time. I really didn't. I found it quite frustrating where everyone's like, you've got to write an album, you've got to like make a film, and I was like, I just want to watch Tiger King.
Yeah.
But it's
still
weird
haven't seen
how it's gone so fast, but also so slowly at the same time. And I've something that I found really helpful was setting like challenges or goals within lockdown. So because work is now just like week by week instead of like you've got like Easter to work to or Focus to work to. So it was good kind of setting like goals for the month or goals for the week. And now living in Brighton, oh man, that's the one. It's the place to be. It's so fun. And it's like, oh, I got here kind of thing.
Yeah. Oh, well, welcome.
Yeah, so thanks. So yeah, lockdown's been up and down, but yeah, over it now. Just want to like
So over it.
hug all my friends and oh yeah,
Crack
Not
on.
me.
Yeah.
No. Anyway, we're here to talk about Lydia, not Archie. So let's talk about you. What's like what does your life look like at the moment? What's occupying your time, really? Like apart from watching Hamilton, because I know you've watched it like 8 times
Yeah.
now.
Oh, I love it.
I
It's
still
so
haven't
good.
seen it.
My
Yeah, well, I'm
name
gonna
is
make you see
Alexander
it.
Hamilton.
Oh gosh, this is the hour gone.
yeah.
Let's just
I'll
sing
just
Hamilton for the
perform
rest
Hamilton,
of it.
yeah.
Like, yeah,
We'd need
it'd
2
be great.
hours 40, but yeah.
Yeah. Lafayette.
What does my life look like? Well, so I've been back in Brighton about 3 weeks, or maybe a month, maybe longer than that. Oh, lost track of time.
Yeah.
That's mainly consisted of having coffees with people and catching up, and
Nice.
Yeah.
baking. And I feel like I've done.
Oh.
I feel like I've done everyone's beginning stage of lockdown now, because
That's so fun.
because I started lockdown like with my family and in a whole different environment. Like it wasn't. I didn't soak up the like I'm just chilling, watching Netflix, making banana bread and sourdough. I feel like I've had a delayed reaction. I'm doing that now. So a lot of that. Trying to do some writing. Been doing some Zoom writing sessions.
Yeah.
How is that? How is writing over Zoom? Is it fairly
Yeah.
like normal, or is it still really, really strange?
It is really strange.
Okay.
It's quite draining. Just because it's so disjointed, like doing stuff
Yeah.
over Zoom, and like things get lost in translation. So like, I don't know if you found this with the podcast, but like you'll make a joke and then someone will talk over the top, and then you're like,
Yeah. And then nobody hears
Yeah.
it, and then you're
Yeah.
like,
yeah. So
and then I don't notice it until I go to edit it afterwards, and I go, "That's really awkward." Like I got to cut that out because Joel made a joke and nobody laughed. Like,
yeah. So then we're just doing it now. So with songwriting, it's like that times 1,000, because you're like giving over your like heart and mind and soul, and you're like, here's this idea, here's this thing I'm going through, and it's like, oh sorry, my internet cut out, and it's just not the same as like being in a room and getting to know each other, because often songwrites are with people you've never met before. It's just quite intense. But it's been fine. I think I've just had to like make sure I remember that if we come out with nothing, that is totally fine, because it's just a hard way of writing. I guess it's easy, like if you come out with nothing, to be like, I'm rubbish, I should give up. But yeah,
definitely.
it's not my favorite.
That's kind of what you were saying as well. Is like the pressure to create at the moment and the pressure to get something out, and like I guess if you haven't got the pressure to be releasing stuff, then chill.
Also,
But, take it easy.
Yeah.
Like it's so hard to, like often you get creativity from being around different like people, and like
Yes.
it's hard to be creative when you're stuck in your room.
So true.
So like
Yeah.
to be on like a Zoom call, especially when you can't like interact or like get to know, or like even just like get comfortable.
100%.
Like you've got to be at your desk. You've
Yeah,
got to
there's
be at a
definitely,
screen
like,
all day.
a spark of being in a room with people.
Yeah.
And like if you're getting excited about an idea, it's because there's like an energy in the room. Whereas on Zoom, I don't know, all of that stripped back. It's very 2D, isn't it?
Yeah.
I'm saying all this as we're sat on Zoom. I'm having a great time.
Amazing.
But I think it's because I know you both, whereas when it's strangers, it's just so awkward.
So obviously you're doing music that I guess takes up a fair amount of your time. Like I guess like that's sort of your main thing at the moment. How did you sort of like start Like, how did you get into music? This is the question. This is the money question.
I was actually, I've always loved, I was talking to a friend about this the other day. I've always loved singing and music in general. Like my mum and dad are two ends of the extreme of music fans. So my mum's side of the family are all classically trained. My grandpa used to like make his own cellos out of wood and started up like an orchestra.
Amazing.
And then my dad's side of the family are all Scouse like music fans. So they're all tone deaf. But like love karaoke, love love good music as well. Like a lot of the bands I listened to were like my dad's influence. So yeah, just in general, a bit of a musical family. Like we always sang around the house. People would often refer to us as like the Von Trapps, who are the family from Sound of Music, because we were like four girls, just like la 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 la. And then,
that's amazing.
But then I don't know. I think maybe when I was like 13, 14. Oh, I remember when I wrote my first song it was like poetry week at school. So we wrote poems, and then I was like, oh, I may as well try and put it to music. So started writing from there. And then, it's just one of those things where I've just always kind of wanted to do it and always loved it. And then I'd say when I was about 16, 17, I got into a band with my friend Becky. And we were part of a band together for like 5 or 6 years. And I'd say that was when I was like beginning to want to pursue it as an actual career from there.
Nice.
Then the rest is history.
The rest is history. Was there anything that sort of like, I guess, drove you at one point? Like you were like, oh, like this is like definitely something I could do, or was it a fairly sort of go with the flow?
I think lots of little inputs like along the way. Like I always think this. I feel so grateful and so #blessed that I've always been encouraged. Like I don't take that for granted. I think that's a big part of it. Is like, I can sing to a degree and write songs to a degree, but the only reason I do it is because from a young age people were like, "You're so good. You should try like and do this, that, and the other." And I'm like, oh, that's such a massive, massive part of it is people being like, go for it and giving you permission. So I think that's something I feel quite passionate about in general life, is just making sure people like feel encouraged in what they're doing. Because often like that will be the thing that shuts you down, is like, oh, no one's told me I am any good, so why would I carry on?
Yeah.
But I think also just bands I loved. Like I've always been obsessed with Paramore. So Hayley Williams was a big inspo as a teenager. And then I don't know. So a mixture of like inspiration of other musicians, but then like encouragement from people around me to just keep going.
Yeah, encouragement's so important. It's like, because it can literally be the difference between somebody going and thriving in what they want to do and working in a coffee shop.
Oh yeah,
unless that is what you want to do.
Yeah,
like, you know,
no,
like,
definitely.
Yeah, it's always so important just to encourage people on the little things, and then it grows into the big things.
Totally. Who else would you say was like an inspiration for you, music-wise and outside of music-wise?
Music.
It's quite a blanket question.
Well, I think I'm just like inspired all the time along the way. So we're like the same age and stuff. So it's not like she's like been going forever, but Maggie Rogers, who's just come up in the last few years, I think for me was quite like a freeing person to see that like a female pop artist doesn't like have to wear a leotard. It doesn't. I think because my examples of a female pop artist when I was trying to do it as a teenager was like no disrespect, she's amazing, but like a Katy Perry or like a Rihanna or people like that, where it's like you have to be physically like up there as well as your talent.
It's like an image over your creativity.
Whereas like Maggie Rogers has an image, but it's so relaxed and so herself. And like Sigrid, and I think there's loads of like female artists coming up who are just like, you can just tell like that's who they are. They haven't been like created to be that way. So I find that inspiring.
That's great.
Yeah, I can't think off the top of my head.
Yeah.
Which probably isn't helpful for a casual podcast conversation.
We'll wait.
Yeah.
I was really interested the other. It might have been a week ago, or maybe it was longer than that. I saw came up on your Instagram. Now you're obviously really lucky with the record label that you're with, Bespoke, that you get so many opportunities to try out stuff with Spotify and trying new creative sort of programs and things that they're doing. And I remember seeing one that popped up about your new little songwriter page, which is so cool.
Yeah, I love that.
Really
It's so cool.
I know.
How did that? Do you get? Does the record label get approached? Do you get approached? Like how do they sort of trial stuff out like that?
So I think I'd be right in saying it's through Henry, who runs the publishing company I'm with. So I don't really fully know the ins and outs, but I know that he's built a relationship with them over the years, and so personally, there's someone he chats to, and so they first asked whether I wanted to be part of like a testing thing for what's called Canvas, which is when you watch on your phone. I think it works on all phones, not just.
I think it does now.
Apple.
Yeah.
It used to just be Apple, I think. Yeah. All phones now. Like a portrait, like moving image, or like short clip of the music video plays behind the track rather than just the still artwork. So I was in like the first round of testing for that, and then this new songwriter page thing. I don't really know how or why I'm involved,
No,
but
it's
it's
amazing.
really fun.
And to be honest, I was scrolling through it and I was like, I didn't even realize how much you'd like written on, like, and so many songs, and I'm like, whoa, this is so cool, and like. And artists that I was looking at and going, oh, I didn't even know that you'd like written on them or whatever. But it shows so much because you have such a style, and it's so and it does come through a lot. It's like your music quite a lot of the time is like really, really raw and quite like, you know, I listen to it and I'm like, oh wow, like a lot happened for this. Like, Where have you pulled like inspiration for songs in the past?
Yeah.
Has it entirely been like personal experience, or has it been like a mixture of like, you know,
like story
stuff
writing,
like that, like, or who have you pulled inspiration from?
Yeah.
You know, like,
do you know what I always find funny is I probably wrote the most songs ever in my teens, and most of my songs are about like relationships and heartbreak, and I'd never been in a relationship. So which is so funny.
that's classic though, isn't
I
it?
know.
It's like,
So I
just
think
write about stuff you have no idea.
Yeah. So I think I'd say it's only in the last like 5-6 years of writing that I've pulled it more from personal experience. So before, it was probably just being inspired by writers like Hayley Williams, and just kind of building from there with like I'm bits and bobs of inspiration of my own life, but I honestly hadn't really had much life experience, so I kind of just made it up. And then I think often I'm inspired by an emotion, and then from there write. So like word for word, it can't always be broken down and pinpointed to a moment in my life or a situation that happened. Like even just the single I just put out, it says like, I heard that you moved house. Like that's just completely, that's made up. Like I haven't heard that anyone has moved house. So
Is it about Archie? Because Archie
I moved house.
it's about
you
Archie.
heard it here first. Strangers about
Lydia,
Archie.
I live here, I'm telling you.
What number is your door, Archie? I've got no idea.
Emma told you, I get it.
No, so
Nice. Would you say, sorry, like it's a good way for you to process stuff?
Oh my gosh,
Or is it very much just like
Yeah, definitely. I did an interview recently where I said it's like it is the thing that I feel like a lot of artists say, but it's just so true, is that it does feel a bit like a form of therapy, because often I don't know if like other people get this, but like I'll often write something and then like record it and everything and blah blah blah, and then like it will take a while and I'll suddenly be like, oh, that's how I'm feeling. Like I'm a very slow, I'm such a slow processor. It takes me so long, but I'll write a song and then like weeks later I'll be like, oh, I don't know. I'm not making much
Yeah.
sense.
Right, yeah.
I'm not saying it's
No,
like
it's- yeah.
I'm not saying it's like a premonition, but like it takes like writing it out and singing it out and
Yeah.
and
To
like
realise it, to
releasing
like-
it.
yeah.
To be like,
Yeah.
oh, that's how I've been feeling. And it's really helpful and freeing, and also like, yeah, if they're conversations you can't have with the person or whatever the subject matter is difficult to deal with, like it's actually a really helpful place to put it all in and have a bit of a release,
Nice.
if that makes
that's
sense.
wow,
Yeah.
that's so great.
Well, you talked a little
So
bit
good.
about your new single, Strange, which obviously came out, like 2 weeks ago, maybe? Or was it longer
Yeah,
than that?
3rd of July. So
Oh,
yeah,
great.
about
Yeah.
3-ish. Yeah.
God, the last 4 months just feel like a week.
Yeah,
so
yeah,
it's
yeah.
But obviously, you've released sort of a lot of music under your own name
Yeah.
for the past sort of, like 2 years? Maybe longer than that,
Yeah,
actually.
about 2-3
Yeah.
years. Yeah.
Amazing. So, like, I remember one of the first songs I heard. Oh, I forgot which one it was. I think it was one of the ones off of your last EP. It was probably like Holly. And obviously we know who this is about. We know this is about our wonderful friend Holly Rowe.
Yeah.
Talk us through, like, because most of your music feels quite personal, but when it comes to writing a song that's so like out there, like this is who it's about, you know, whatever. How do you go about that? How do you just start writing it, knowing that this is about you? I'm going to sing this to you, kind of thing.
I know. Well, so I did. I texted Holly, and I said I've started writing a song, and I think it might be about you. Because again, like I just said, like often I don't really know, and then I'm like, oh, this is what this is about. And she was like, oh, great, cool, like can't wait to hear it. I think she was hoping it would be something encouraging, and then it's like, no, I'm just revealing your deepest, darkest secrets. But then I sent it to her and I said, like, honestly, this can stay between us. If it's too personal, like, let me know. But she's a very good friend and very supportive and was like, yeah, no, great, go for it. And I think we both have said at times, like, if it connects with anyone feeling low or feeling anything where they need a little, like, boost or to feel understood, then that's amazing. So I think she was on board with that. It is funny though, because if I ever say Holly or anyone says Holly to her, like often our friends will be like, Holly, and just like sing it at her.
That's so funny. That's like, it's just like the impact that you have on some people as well. It's like with some of your music is absolutely amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Totally, yeah.
We both know you from the wonderful little world of St. Peter's, which is an amazing little church. You can't say anything, you're biased. So wonderful.
Follow us on social media.
Wonderful,
Please.
wonderful church in Brighton. How did you? Because obviously, like you're involved with Bright City and their music sort of worship side of St. Peter's. How did you sort of get involved with that? How did you come across that? Because obviously you're in Brighton for BIM, and then I assume that's how you sort of.
Yeah. So when I went to Focus, which is our church week away, for anyone who doesn't know.
Yeah.
We'd be away at Focus right now.
I know.
Oh god.
But it's been
Cry
cancelled.
emoji.
Yeah. Stop. I went to Focus the summer before I moved to Brighton. So I was 17. And my sister and brother-in-law knew Paul Nelson, who's the worship pastor. So they like took little 17-year-old me over and they were like, our little sister's moving to Brighton, and introduced me. So then Paul knew I was coming. So then from September when I arrived, he was amazing and just got me stuck in the worship team, doing BVs and just being part of the team. And that was probably how I got to know most of my like original friends. And then from there, just was really stuck in as part of the team. And then it was probably a couple of years after I joined that the kind of Bright City concept came about. But I feel really great to have been part of it from day one, from the very first writing session.
What's it kind of like being part of Bright City, which is quite a big group of people writing in that context, and then writing alone in your bedroom? Is it quite useful in many ways as well?
Yeah, they're totally different things, and I think that I've only just thought this when you said it. I think they work perfectly in that kind of group because my stuff is so personal. I love writing alone, my kind of like secular, like personal artist stuff, because I think I get quite protective with lyrics because they are so like often from the heart. Like if anyone tries to input, I'm like, what are you doing? Go away. Whereas but then writing worship stuff actually is really special when it's more of a group and more corporate because again, you're trying to write for a congregation, so you want it to have that like group feel and like the kind of universal thing of everyone kind of getting it and being on board with it. It's much less like introspective and personal. So it works really well, I think. And also I'm genuinely not a strong worship song writer. So I enjoy just like slipping in the group stuff and just pretending I can write and then chipping off and doing my own thing.
Have you tried this word instead of that?
Yeah, exactly.
That's amazing though, because like some amazing songs have come out of that, obviously for the recent album, and and it's so amazing. Do you still feel like it's because I remember we spoke to Ellie Linebear like weeks ago, and you said it was very much like coming home. Like obviously she's always off touring and doing stuff like that, and so coming home to Bright City, does it still feel like home, or does it feel like more of like current, or does it feel like you're sort of going back to it every now and again? Or is it still very much at the forefront of your mind? Like
it just feels like family, really. Like probably like what she said, and the cat's mother.
The cat's mother.
Sweet Ellie.
Ellie
yeah. And also one thing I love about it is like artist stuff is just so about you, and like you're trying to sell yourself and market yourself and make yourself look this, that and the other. And that's what I love about Bright City is from day one it's been quite anonymous. Like the first album we didn't do named writing credits. Like everything was very anonymous and like nameless and faceless. So it's actually like such a nice other world to be in alongside like a solo artist stuff where it's like me. It's really nice to be part of something where it's like you're still creating and you're still like doing music and stuff, but it just feels like you can relax because you're just part of something. And especially if you feel it's like God ordained, you're like, we can just let this flow how it's going to flow. And especially live, I think like leading worship and stuff like that is just amazing because it's not on you and it's not about you. So it's really freeing. I find it a lot like more comfortable than often my artist stuff, even though I love it. Like I love doing shows and done a few like EP launches and stuff, which I've loved and like I thrive, but there's just a different type of pressure, I guess, when it's your own thing.
No, definitely.
Great answer.
Wow.
Great answer.
You're stunning me with some amazing answers, and I'm just like, I don't know what to say now.
So wise.
Well, I haven't been chatting for 4 months, so now I'm like, blah, blah, blah.
It's all coming out now. Yeah.
What would you say was for your new single Strange, stream it now. What would you, and I guess Matt, who was the producer, say that the inspiration was for the sound of that record? Because it seems quite different to the EP that you did, where it's quite more like acoustic-y stuff, or like even your first single, Crash Color Shadow.
Bingo.
Yeah, that's quite like a
I
wouldn't have been able to remember that, so
did my research.
Well done, Archie.
Where do you say that? What would you describe as the sound for Strange? Because it's really unique.
For Strange and moving forward, because we're recording another one next week. We've got the studio booked out and the musicians, and I'm really excited. I'd say it's actually always what I've wanted to sound like. So when I referenced earlier my favorite album, it's a band called Dry the River, and like I love. This isn't what my sound sounds like, but I love like Mumford & Sons, and I love like I love just like real instrument music. That's and I think a lot of my stuff has been quite electronic, which I don't regret at all. I think there's been quite a journey, but I think I've just taken quite a while to like figure out what my sound is. and also I've taken a long time to like be confident that I'm allowed to sound like that, because I think as someone who's I'm not a natural musician, like I can sing and write songs, but I'm not much of a player. Such a player.
That's the Instagram clip.
Yeah, I'm such a player. No, it sounds a bit intense, but I think I have often felt a bit of like shame in trying to create music that doesn't naturally come from me. So like but that's what the music I love. So I think this is what I've been really excited about working with Matt, is that we love the same bands and we love the same music, and so together we've created this sound that I've always wanted to sound like. I just haven't been able to like make myself. So up until now it's probably felt inauthentic to be like, this is my sound, but I have no idea where it comes from, whereas this feels so much more authentic, like working together to like create it. So going forward it should sound more concise and more honed in and like strange. And I'd say everything that's come before, I think it's slowly got there, like, because if you go from Coldest Shadow, which is so electronic and like kind of rocky pop, it goes through a bit of a journey to up until Holly, which I'd say, which is the last one I released before Strange. I'd say Holly is quite an easy jump over to Strange in terms of the sound. So yeah.
It's amazing.
That's so great.
So much wisdom.
It's
not wisdom. I just talk a lot. There's just a lot of words.
I also love how you're still discovering your sound almost, and like even if you look at like big artists, even like Maggie, she's like she's still working it. Like most people are still working it out and will never get set. So it's so great how you still have the freedom to.
Yes.
I love how you called her Maggie, like
Maggie, me and Mags.
Me and Max,
Rog.
Someone.
That was so casual.
Someone in an interview asked the other day what I'd describe my sound as, and it's a bit of a cheesy joke, but I was like, it's probably the best way to describe it. I was just like, under construction, because that's like exactly what it is.
It's absolutely amazing. Well, no, but like it's, you know, it is so nice also like when you're listening to an artist to go on that journey with them and to slowly go, they're slowly discovering themselves, and so you I guess you relate more to it as you sort of go along with it. And I think most bands that I'm into, or most artists that I'm into, like I've heard them evolve. And so it's definitely
I think so.
There's no shame in it at all as well, because you might in 10 years time go, oh no, I don't like that sound anymore, like I think we should move to this or whatever, and you know,
Definitely.
and that'll be you, and and you discover your own sound, and you go with it yourself. So
I think Coldplay is a really good example of that. They've changed so much, but then but then Chris Martin's voice and songwriting has just like carried it through. So then I think that's a big inspiration. Coldplay.
And it's like albums and music is like really like showcasing that part of your life, that season of your life, like looking at Coldplay's newest album compared to like the album Yellow or Parachutes, I think it's called. It's like they were so young and so like, we're just writing music, and now it's like really just experimental.
That's so true.
Yeah, it's awesome.
So true.
Are you like where you are right now? You can see out onto the seafront, can't you?
If I crane my neck, yes.
Oh right, okay. I wasn't sure whereabouts you were, so it's like
we've got Asda in front of us.
We have got Asda in front of us. Yeah,
24 hours, always
like,
glowing.
Do you think sometimes maybe just being able to see the sea is just a massive inspiration?
So,
or like...
100%. Yes.
Yeah.
And we also we're so lucky here. We have like a communal roof terrace. So we go up to the top. It's just like amazing views of Brighton. It's so good. I don't take it for granted. It's amazing.
At the sunset, you know.
But I love the sea.
Crack open a beer, like.
And also like if we want to swim, we just run down and run back up and shower here. Like it's so easy.
So fun.
I know.
So good.
What else do you do with your like time outside of music?
I really do like just hanging out with friends and having a coffee. I've just taken up running in lockdown, which I feel like everyone's doing. I say I've taken up running. I'm like doing really short runs. But honestly,
It's still better than me. I'm doing no running.
I was so unfit. Like I couldn't run 100 yards without, when you get that, like you can taste blood in your throat and and like your chest is really tight.
I do it when I walk downstairs. Like.
Oh yeah. So I've really enjoyed getting that into my life a bit.
That's great. On Strava.
Yeah.
Strava's so addictive.
I can't believe I've just plugged Strava before I've plugged Spotify.
Lydia will be running the Brighton half before you know it. Like.
Yeah, maybe I should.
You should do it.
Oh, you should.
Yeah.
Definitely should.
Or you should do the 10K, which is in October.
That's
Why
like
don't you two sign up together?
10K though.
Yeah.
It's
Archie
just did a marathon.
Yeah,
I'm not going to be able
that's a
to.
very good point. He's
Don't
like,
compare
10K.
it. Don't compare it. 10K is huge.
I'll drive 10K.
Yeah. What else have I been
so fun.
That's
doing?
great.
Yeah, just trying to exercise a bit. I sleep a lot. I had a 2-hour nap yesterday in the middle of the day.
Nice.
I honestly, my mind goes blank. Oh, can you hear that? Drilling.
No.
We're having.
Oh wow, it's the drilling.
Yeah, we're having our.
Is there construction?
Miles is replacing our boiler right now.
Oh,
Miles.
very nice.
We're plugging so much.
Yeah, go get your boiler fixed.
Have you caved over lockdown and like got loads of takeaways?
Oh,
or have you been
yes.
like fairly...
It's funny you
wow,
should
okay.
say that because I just had my worst week. I had
Talk us through it.
I had 3 takeaways this week.
Okay.
Were they good? Were they
were
like...
so
did you regret
good.
any of them?
No, never.
Good.
Actually,
Deliveroo or Uber Eats? What do you go for?
Deliveroo.
Oh, okay, good.
So and 2 of the same thing. So I had 2. Have you heard of Lost Boys?
Yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Have I heard of Lost
The
Boys?
best. So, do you want to hear the best story?
Oh,
this might not
this is
make it into
bad.
the podcast, but I was blessed by Lost Boys the other day. So I
Okay.
ordered the barbecue chicken, like fried chicken burger. Ordered a single
it.
patty. They gave me a double patty. So
Oh.
good. And then the story doesn't end there. I was like, I was babysitting, and I was like, I know I'm gonna want like a sweet treat. So they on their Deliveroo page, they have a section that's called like the tuck shop, so you can get like a Mars bar or whatever. So I ordered some chocolate buttons. As I'm talking, I'm realizing this is a rubbish story, but
No, it's just great. This is so fun.
we're like pumped
Yeah,
with
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Oh,
What is
God,
it?
yeah,
So what's gonna happen?
happening?
So then
Yeah.
the Deliveroo guy arrived and he gave me my bag, and then he gave me another bag, and I was like, what is this bag? And then on the bag, one of the people that work at Lost Boys had written, which is so sweet. He said, "Hey mate," and I was like, I love when people call me mate, and I've never met them. He's like, "Hey mate, we ran out of chocolate buttons, so I put together a selection for you." So in this bag was like 5 different chocolate bars. He'd put
my
like
Lord.
Twix, Mars bar, Hershey's
the
bar,
best.
Rolos, something else.
That's
I can't
insane.
remember. Just gave me a bag full of chocolate, and all I bought was a like little bag of buttons.
That's what you want.
I know.
Oh, shout out Lost
That's
Boys.
insane.
And then
That is so good.
I should have posted about
That's
it
so
and given them a shout out,
Yeah, you
but I
should have
didn't.
done.
Yeah.
That's the kind of content we want to see.
I know, I forgot. But anyway, so
So-
I've eaten a lot of takeaways.
You've had a lot
Nice.
of takeaways.
Yeah.
Nice.
What has your... we joked about it earlier. What has your Hamilton counter hit
Oh.
now? How many times have you watched it?
I've actually, you'll be
Have you lost
shocked
count?
to know. No, I've only watched it twice.
What?
I know, but
You've been like...
but I've listened to the soundtrack about 17,000 times.
Okay.
So that's why
So-
I know all the words.
when it came out in 2015 or was it 2016? Okay, like picked it up on the musical theatre grapevine, you know, whatever. I was obsessed with it.
Yeah.
Went to see it when it first opened and everything. Then kind of sank off the radar. Okay, and then it came back, and now everyone I know is watching it. And people that I told about it and they said, "Nah, I'm not interested." They now love it.
Yeah.
And so I'm just sat back here like,
So you're
I
that annoying
know.
kid at school. It's like, I knew it before it was
well,
cool.
Yeah.
I did. So
I liked Ed Sheeran before he did the vibe.
Yeah. But it's got
That's
that.
true as well,
It's the
but-
Disney endorsement. It's got Disney backing
Yes.
now, so
Of course. Although I only paid for a month of Disney Plus just to watch it.
Nice.
And then I've cancelled it.
But
Because I just don't watch anything on Disney Plus. It's like...
There's actually some really good stuff. There's like
Is
so
there?
much more made by Disney than I realised. Like grown-up stuff.
Or just owned by Disney.
Yeah.
It's like
yeah,
I watched...
owned.
When I first got it, I watched Tangled and Up and Frozen.
Wow.
And then I just didn't watch anything else on it. Oh, Toy Story 4 as well.
Nice.
Like, which I cried thoroughly during. So
They've got all the
So-
Have you
Star
seen it?
Wars' Toy Story 4, yeah.
yeah,
That made me
yeah.
cry.
Very sad. Very, very sad.
Yeah,
VV
the-
sad.
The Star Wars, that's what would win it for me.
Yeah.
Really?
They're doing. No, I'm not going to geek out.
No, go
but
on.
Do it.
They're making a mini series with Lando Calrissian.
Nice.
Just thought I'd throw that out there.
For all the fans.
All the Star Wars fans.
I've watched just a random selection because I'm going to do a name drop.
it.
I went to school with Ray.
Oh, wow.
For real.
That's
but
pretty sick.
it's not really a name drop because she was 1 or 2 years above, so we never spoke. Because obviously, when you're like a year apart,
No, it's still a name drop.
Yeah.
It's still a name
Was she
drop,
like
right.
the cool, like badass kid?
she was so cool.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
She was
Too cool
She
for
was
you.
really cool. So I've seen
so
the
cool.
ones she's in, and then like a couple. Like I've seen 1 or 2 of the really really old ones for some reason, but I can't really remember why. But they are good. I should get on it on them from the beginning.
Nice.
Yeah. Wow.
What's
so funny.
Here's a fun question.
You
Can you name 3 artists to recommend to people that not are like that are not unknown but just underappreciated?
I was going to open up my Spotify. That's really good. Not unknown. Well, I guess Dry the River, because I've
Okay.
talked about them so many times. But they are one of my favourite bands ever. And they're not known, but they're not really known.
Sure. Underappreciated.
Underappreciated.
Yeah. I feel like less
Number
people
1.
know them than, I don't know. Anyway.
Yeah, I haven't heard of them.
Okay,
so
great. Check out Dry the River.
I
Really
will.
good lyrics, very emotional melodies, very good.
Nice. Nice.
There's a female solo artist I love called Fen Lily.
Right.
Fenne.
What songs has she done? I really recognise the name.
So I'm trying to think what would be. I don't know what would be like her standout ones. She has a song called Car Park, a song called Top to Toe.
Not ringing any bells, but
Ding, ding, ding.
car park. Oh,
That's amazing.
Yeah, I guess if the name
Number 3.
Yeah. So Fen Lily, Dry the River, and then she's only had 3 songs out, but there's an up and coming artist who I don't need to shout out because she's definitely going to be massive. But have you heard of Holly Humberstone or Humberstone?
I've heard of her.
Yeah.
She came up on my
Nice,
Spotify
sorry.
recommended. I
Yeah,
think.
she's like she's
Possibly.
literally just got like 3 tracks out in the world, but she went on tour with Lewis Capaldi. Again, she doesn't need my endorsement. She's gonna do great. but her songs are beautiful, so I'd check her out.
That's amazing.
Yeah,
nice.
That's Lydia's list.
those are my 3.
That's the
yeah,
list.
that's a great.
What about
That's
you,
a great
Angus?
question,
List.
Arch. Oh, I'd love to
Go on,
hear
Angus.
yours.
Underappreciated.
Not like it's not like a rude thing to say that someone's underappreciated.
I don't know.
Lydia Evangeline.
But like you look
I-
at their like monthly listenings,
Yeah,
and you're
Lydia
like,
Evangeline. So underappreciated.
but like you go on their Spotify, see their streams, you're like, what? How is this not?
He'll kill me for doing this, but there's a guy who went to BIM with me called Dan Ora. He's great.
Nice.
Proper like, I don't know how to describe it. Like, kind of like pop music, but
Any relation of Rita Ora?
no, it's not ORA. It's aura, as in my aura isn't right.
Ah, is it a stage name or is it his real name?
Yes.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's a shame. That's a cool name.
Yeah, imagine being born with that name. That's so sick. Oh, I don't know. You've asked me a question that I'm just not going to be able to answer. So, what about you, Archie? Seeing as you're
I was
Mr.
literally
Hipster,
scrolling through Spotify as you were saying. I was like, oh, I need to educate myself.
I know exactly who you're about to say.
Oh, there's so many. Arlo Parks.
I've
Have you
heard the
of her?
name, yeah.
She's just great. She's like 18. The lyrics are just so from the heart. She's just killing
Nice.
it. And she's like she's doing well, really well for her age and everything. But her lyrics are just, they're great. I'd
Nice.
recommend them.
Arlo Parks.
10 out of 10 would recommend.
10 out of 10. I know, like, he's a friend of ours, but Natty Reeves.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, of course.
Shout out.
His
Always Natty
music ability is just unreal.
Yeah.
I
he's
scrapped my
brilliant.
second one. I'm
Yeah.
recommending Natty Reeves instead.
Like, his newest album needs to blow up
Mm.
because, oh man, Childish Gambino.
I knew you were going to say that.
He's
I knew you were
so
going to say that.
here in my heart. But I think just
I thought of a third.
all right.
There's a little band called Clay,
Oh, yeah.
Oh god.
I was going to
Yeah,
say
Clay.
Clay. Love him.
who need to blow up sooner or later
Yeah.
because they're insane.
We have
Insanely
so many
talented.
talented friends.
I know.
Yeah,
Music
it's
friends.
weird.
That's the thing.
Right,
I thought of Clay, but I was like, am I saying... Then I'll just have to list all my friends. But Clay.
yeah, Childish Gambino, more for just like a respect for what he's done, and it's so unique. Like, I wouldn't say there's any like, I don't think he belongs to like a genre. Like, you can't compare his music to anyone else. So I think for that reason,
He really is an artist, isn't he? He like...
yeah,
Everything he
And
does
he
is like thought
so
through
does.
and created. And
yeah. Like his newest album, they've done no promo for it. He's just released it. It's got no song titles,
What?
but it's all about his dad that died. So it's like
Oh,
he's just kind of done that.
wow.
And I love that.
Wow.
And it's the best album ever.
Oh, gosh. I need to
Not
check
ever.
that out.
Yeah.
Great.
Anyway,
Not biased or
Those
anything.
are,
not biased.
those are great.
but
Yeah, well, that was such a good question.
yeah.
Sorry, yeah.
Really good.
Oh, co-host.
Get me on this more.
Yeah, co-host point.
See you later, Joel.
I've been making like little points in my head every time you've done something good.
Yeah.
How many?
So-
This
what,
is your
how many brownie
interview.
points have I got?
I don't know, like 4.
4.
Like I don't know like how many you need to pass.
Yeah.
And be like, but
I'm in.
who knows? Anyway, it's been so amazing to chat to you. We don't want to keep you for too much longer.
Yeah. So
But
fun.
thank you so much for joining
Oh,
us.
I've loved
We
it.
definitely need to get you on once we can do it in person.
Yeah. Oh, so
Yeah,
fun.
definitely.
That'd be so
Yeah.
amazing to chat to you in person. What is your favourite emoji?
Oh wow.
Well, that's so annoying because the first one that jumped into my head was the poo emoji, but that.
It could be
But
the
that's
emoji.
not my favorite. Probably the one.
Oh, okay.
Probably the one I use the most is like the crying, laughing. I do
Okay.
like the little monkey. Oh, these are all the most basic emojis.
Oh, which one? The little with the mouth covered.
Yeah,
with
not
the mouth
that
covered.
one.
Yeah.
That one.
Oh,
Okay.
okay. Well, in that case, people who are still watching or listening, if you go onto Instagram, the Low Expectations Podcast, send us in the little monkey covering its mouth emoji, just like that, and we are planning for the next sort of season now.
This is
so,
it. Season 1's done.
Season 1's done. Oh my god.
Congrats.
I know.
I need a break.
You haven't done anything. Anyway, please send us that in, and then send us the @ of somebody you'd like us to get on for the next season. And you can even send us the @ of Lydia Evangeline if you want us to get her on again. So, thank you so much for chatting
Thank
to
you
us.
so much.
Oh,
Lydia.
thanks for having me. I loved it.
Oh, it's amazing.
So fun.
It's so good.
Can you tell us anything about the next single, when we can expect it?
You can expect
any
it.
like title, any like
Yeah, actually, it's called Deadline.
Oh,
And-
is that an exclusive?
That's better than
Well,
car parks.
it's-
You're doing all right.
It's not actually super exclusive because there is an acoustic version on my IGTV.
Oh,
If you
okay.
want to check it out.
Oh,
So as in
wow.
acoustic, as in literally just me playing it live.
Okay, got it.
So you can check that out. But it should
Sick.
be ready this summer.
Suspense.
Coming this summer.
you've
Drop
left
a
us
bomb.
there.
Where can people
Sick.
find you on social media?
At Lydia Evangeline. Everywhere.
And your
Strava
music's on
included.
Spotify.
Yeah.
Yeah. Follow Lydia on Strava.
yeah. Top follow Strava. The rest is by the by.
But music's on Spotify, Apple Music,
Yeah.
all the above.
Yeah.
Go check her out, Lydia Evangeline. Thank you so much for joining
Thank
us.
you so much.
Yay.
And we'll see you next time.
Yeah.
So yeah. Bye.
Bye.
Woo.